The only news we get out of Israel these days is every week or so, the New York Times posts a story saying ceasefire in Gaza tested by Israel's 57th bombing strike this day, you know? Also, apparently Netanyahu is trying to, fuck, I don't know, make it illegal to be a woman or something? Where is that? I think I retweeted that. Oh yeah, this one. Let me look into that. Netanyahu is literally currently trying to force through a bill to limit the power of female judges, and any reporting on it is, quote, anti-Semitic blood libel. From Yoav Kaufman, everyone's favorite Indian account. Hold on, let me get the CNN article. Wonderful. Very evocative stuff. Netanyahu's religious partner. By the way, isn't Netanyahu's coalition now polling higher than the opposition? I don't think Netanyahu himself is, but his party is, you know, the bloc that he's with. Alongside broader efforts to weaken the Supreme Court, long the cornerstone of Israeli women's equality, have come specific threats to women's rights. Netanyahu's religious partners have pushed bills expanding religious authority over civil life, including gender segregation and cultural events in education. With the power to collapse Netanyahu's government, should they withdraw their support, the religious parties have been able to bend the secular prime minister to their will. The decline in women's rights is measurable. Israel's global standing on gender equality has plunged in recent years. In the 2025-26 Women, Peace, and Security Index, produced by Georgetown University, Israel ranks 84 of 181 countries, behind Albania, Russia, and Saudi Arabia. Before the current government came to power 3 years ago, it ranked 27. One of the key reasons for the decline is that it measures the percentage of women in each country living within 50 kilometers of an armed conflict. Oh, okay. So it's a shit measuring system then. Every part of Israel is within 50 kilometers of an armed conflict. That's not useful. Today, only 6 of Israel's 33 ministers are women, few have senior roles. Current government has not made a single permanent appointment of a woman as a director general across over 30 ministries. No woman currently has major political party. Netanyahu's coalition includes 2 parties that have 0 women on their lists. Yeah, what about these religious courts? One bill under debate in Israel's parliament, the Knesset, which could be finalized in the coming weeks, would dramatically expand the authority of state-run religious courts to handle civil disputes. These courts, staffed exclusively by men who rule according to Jewish law, already oversee marriage and divorce proceedings, including for secular couples. I love the only democracy in the Middle East. Under the proposed legislation, they would gain power to rule on financial disputes, business matters, and potentially child. It's unironically Sharia law. They have a separate religious court system for civil cases. That's great. So it's a theocracy. Israel has functionally been a secular state for a long time. It's like in the way that it's ruled, but the open shift towards fascism that they've gone under over the past 3 years has given a lot of power to the ultra-religious far-right political parties. So they're taking advantage of it. Israel's rabbinical courts are state-sanctioned religious courts that have legal authority over Jewish family law. They have long been criticized by Israeli women as an arena of disadvantage, patriarchy, and inequality, especially in matters like alimony and child support. If passed, the new law would also apply to Muslim Sharia courts. The Achian Research Center, a religious think tank in Israel, welcomed the bill as an important step in restoring the place of Hebrew law. Brilliant, brilliant. Mariah, a mother of 2 girls in her late 30s, has been entangled for over 4 years in custody and property battles in the rabbinical courts. In 4 years, not a single one of my requests has ever been approved, yet every absurd request from the other side was granted, she said, describing an ordeal that has left her estranged from her 2 young daughters. Mariah, who opted not to use her last name for her protection, said her visitation rights were revoked while financial rulings pushed her into serious debt without opportunity to respond or appeal. Jesus. You know, you really have to wonder how many of these women who are really, really concerned about the revocation of their women's rights are, you know, voted in or at least supported the power of these far-right Jewish Orthodox religious leaders because of their fanatical anti-Arab hatred. It really is like, I guarantee you for a lot of them, it's a I thought the cougar wouldn't eat my face situation. Leopard. Sorry, we were reading about older women. Surge in violence and femicide. So far this year, 44 women have been murdered in Israel, the highest annual tally in a decade and well above the 35 who were murdered in 2024. Damn, that is quite a lot. All right, well, that shit sucks. Hebrew law isn't even aesthetically cool with badass names like Sharia is. I think rabbinical law sounds pretty cool. I don't know. I think that's got a punch to it. I'm not defending it ideologically. I just think rabbinical is it rolls off the, you know, rolls off the tongue. It does have a good number of syllables. Yeah. Yeah, good mouthfeel. You get it. You get it. You get it. We don't need to fight. You get it.